Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you remember last time we worked on the trading post, well, Joe Hills has taken the initiative and look at this, he has done a fantastic job of this place. This looks really nice and I especially like the lava. It was really striking when I first saw that, and I actually saw this a little while ago before he made some more changes. So there was the mycelium down the bottom, which I think looks cool, and there was half slabs everywhere to stop the ghast from spawning. Which was a great thing that Joe noticed that, because I would have totally overlooked that. I would have just made the flat floor and it probably wouldn't have been till a ghast actually spawned in here that I would have remembered to put down some half slabs. But anyway, it looks great. It's got 2 floors. I really like it. I like the glass walkways with these nether posts, and also Joe made a really good idea to make these 2 blocks wide instead of 1, because then you don't have to share the wall with the person next to you, so you can customize your own stall a little more and give it some individuality. I don't have one at the moment. This is what I built just as an example. We're going to block this up since it's right next to the stairs, so I need to pick my own one to build at some point. I'm probably going to go for... oh wait, I think I already picked this one over here and put my name on it. That's right, yeah. But yeah, I want to go for one on the bottom floor. My name doesn't appear on that at the moment because of that bug. And here is Generic, who's trying to kill everyone on the server at the moment, so I'm somewhat dubious as to why he's here. And he doesn't have like any diamond armor on or anything like that. And look, I've got a regeneration potion in my armor as well, just in case. But we should have a look up the top here quickly before I head back to Avalon. And Static's already built his one over here. Looks quite nice. Be interesting to see what different people have for trade. And we've got a bridge across the middle here as well. So now that I'm heading back to Avalon, I can show you what I've been doing in between episodes. Check that out. That is one fully finished tube all the way up to this point here. That includes glass on either side. You can see I've sorted out the texture pack. And the lava as well. Everything is done. The grass is still growing. That's about the only thing that isn't quite done yet. And that comes all the way down to this point here. And I thought, you know what? You guys have seen me build enough of this, so I'll do a big chunk of it and then show you the result after. Now this involved clearing out a lot of TNT, so let's just hop up here and have a look. If you remember, there was a big overhang. It came out somewhere down the bottom there and went up and across and out to somewhere around there, so it was a huge bit to remove. And I set out with like about 10 TNT. I didn't think it would take more than that, and as I was demolishing I realised it was a lot bigger than I thought and ended up using quite a large amount of TNT. But now this thing goes through the whole way. And yeah, it's a very long journey back to Avalon, so sooner or later I'm going to have to put some tracks down on this. But what I decided to do here, and the reason I've stopped at this point, is because I don't really want it to go all the way like this and then all of a sudden do a really sharp right turn. The way we go from a straight line to that diagonal over a long distance, the turn was quite nice, I thought, so I think we should do a diagonal just across to somewhere over there, and then we'll take the right hand turn. And this is where we get to be creative with the bridge and start doing something different, because we've been using this for a long time now. The section that's going to be diagonal, I don't think I'm going to use the lava things for that. I think I might do something with some support beams coming out from the ground, and then we get to do a section through the netherrack here, and that will be a completely enclosed bit because there's going to be nothing but netherrack around it. And then when we get to the end here, we get to do something completely different again. Now for this bit, I think I might use something like iron bars and have a very open and exposed look going on, and I'm not sure if I want to do support from the ceiling or support from down below, because we've already done that the whole way here with the lava. So I think we might have some more support beams holding it up from the bottom, and also using the iron bars would look quite good next to Coralices, since his has that theme as well, so it'll fit in with its surroundings. So we are in need of a technical project to do, and one of the ones that I mentioned quite some time ago, which we built a valve system for as well, was to do different things with mobs. Now at the moment I'm really not too sure what exactly it is I want to do with the mobs, because I don't know, I've become more survival orientated, which is why I like building, because it's an accomplishment of what you can do in the survival mode, and at the same time doing stuff with mobs just doesn't seem as interesting, because all you need to get from them are the materials that you need to survive. So I've got enough arrows and bones that I need. I don't ever use rotted flesh, and gunpowder I'm interested in farming in, so in general these projects don't appeal to me that much. But you can see that I've come up here and had a look and see what needs to be done, and I've ripped up the top of this area here. And I tell you what, something really funny happened. I think when I was taking out the dirt, I actually removed a piece of this redstone wire, so it turned off the valve system for the XP farm, and all the mobs were getting redirected down to the end here. And that's when I accidentally took these 2 blocks off here, and tons of creepers, I think there was about 5 or 6 of them all at once, came out the top and they started running around here. I was running away, trying to fight them off with my bow. But I had the smart idea to go all the way off into the distance, and I didn't do that straight away. I made sure the mob spawner was turned off, so that wire you can see over there, when that's disconnected or it's turned off, that's when the mob spawner lights come on. So I done that first. I went all the way over to that side and then just walked all the way back, and all the mobs have been despawned. So it's actually a pretty good way of handling a situation with a lot of mobs, is just to disappear off into the distance and come back, because then they'll all despawn. So the project here is the valve system, and for those of you that haven't seen it before, let's just pop down here. We have a valve system with our mob spawner where we can change which one of these blocks is extended. There's one there, here, and there, and there, and then which one of these trapdoors is open. So when you run down a powered wire, where this one is up here, it's going to extend that block and open that trapdoor like that. So if we unpower this, then the block retracts and the trapdoor becomes unpowered. So we can put 4 of these next to each other, the redstone lines that is, and then if we power one at a time, it will open up one valve and allow the mobs to go into that one. So what we would need to build for this is an array to control that. Now this involves a whole load of redstone for which I don't know the technical terms of, and I've been playing around in a creative mode trying to build something that isn't too bulky, but it does look like if you want to make something that's compact and resource friendly, you're going to have to use pistons. And the way that I would do it, the wires would come over the top here, and most of the pistons and stuff like that would be down on this side where this glowstone is, in this space here. So if we were to do it like that and build it there, we'd probably have to terraform the side of this again a little and make this a lot steeper so there's some space to control it. And then down here would become more of a work area. We'd have a bunch of switches on the side here to change the different valves, and then we can walk around into here to see it. And I don't know where I'd put an entrance, but somewhere around here. Now the other idea that I've had as well is more an aesthetical thing, but maybe we could rebuild this, and each one of these valves can have a tube that goes up into the sky, and then we can have loads of mob systems up there or something. I don't know, the problem with this project for me is that I don't exactly know what I want to do with the mobs. So we could build a mob separator, and that really just doesn't interest me. One thing that does interest me though is the items going through the portals and building an AFK stream. So we have one of those here, but it requires the player to stand at the bottom and collect the items, and I like the idea of automatically drowning the mobs and sending the items off on a line of ice, which then pushes the items really fast into a nether portal, and then in the nether portal itself we can also create a collection point. So the way we should go about doing this is to first of all make a nether portal that is away from the other ones that we have in the area. So we have the spider farm somewhere around here, I'm not sure where that actually is in relation to the island, and then just over somewhere around there, because I know it's on this side of the mob spawner, because I made the entrance over there for the strip mine or branch mine, and then I ended up putting the nether portal on the other side. So it's somewhere around this corner that we have a nether portal, and what we've got to avoid is building them too close together so that they don't link up in the nether, and I already have a problem with those two, the spider farm and the branch mine ones, so I've got to fix that. But yeah, we're going to pick a location that's going to be opposite those. Now that's most likely going to be in this direction. Well, it's definitely going to be in this direction or that one that I pick, and as you can see that goes out on the side of this cliff. We don't want just a floating nether portal out here or to extend the land out too much. We want to keep it looking natural, so the way we get around that is by dropping the items down. So the drowning trap that we have at the moment is going to be modified. We will take out the bottom. I'm not sure exactly how we would do this. What we might do is actually just leave it how we have already, and then it serves the purpose of being either the portal or just a normal AFK one. So that block there could be retractable. We could just stand here AFK, or if we want to put it into portal mode, there'll be a lever and the block will retract. So we've already set up the trap and the items are coming out, and then what we're going to do is way down below there, so it's low enough down that when we extend it out to one side, so the portal is further away from the other portals, and that we don't have to do anything with the landmass. So that'll be how that works. And I think we should also perhaps put another piston here to push out that block, so that when that one's retracted, this one's extended and you won't fall down. So here we are in the Nether. We have two broken Nether portals here, and the place that I need to put our new one for the item stream is somewhere just... Actually, I should be careful removing these because there's lava over there. And now I've fallen into a hole. Yes, it's just somewhere off in this direction. It's about 1 or 2 more blocks that way. And I've also taken note of what direction we can put the portal in, because this will be the equivalent of where the drops fall down from the mob trap, just somewhere around here. And then we can go in either that direction or that direction. That's something else that I've made note of. So we're going to go in that direction to get away from these two portals, which aren't synced up at the moment. I think they both go to the spider farm, so we need to redo these portals and get one of them going to the branch mine and one of them to the spider farm before we build any other portals. Otherwise we could make a real mess if we have 3 portals that are all out of sync. Okay, our nether portals are now fixed. The branch mine one is this one here. Now it was just here before, and this is actually the ideal location for it to be. This is the exact same coordinates as in the overworld, but divided by 8. So I think the reason I put it here before was because I wanted it to be at the end of a tunnel. And this one is the spider farm, and that should actually be rotated into this little gap here, and then that would also be in the exact right position. But the reason I put it there is the same reason we had the branch mine at the end as well. And I'm going to leave it unfinished like this for now. I'll come back to this at another time and just finish it off. It shouldn't take too long, but also we'll have to remove this ladder, patch up the entrance and build another one on this one here, and then one for the branch mine as well. So now that we've done this, we can put in another nether portal, which will be for the items in the overworld to go through. Now there's a problem with this, and I think I can demonstrate it by going through this nether portal. What you're going to see is a load of pigmen grouped up together, and yeah, sod's law, now that I want to show you it, it's probably not going to work. I've just... oh, might have seen the pigmen there. I've just noticed that this sent me to a different portal. Let's just go back through and check that again. Okay, I'm pretty sure last time it put me on this one here. I guess I'd have to watch it back to find out. But anyway, the going through the nether portals has been giving me some real problems lately, and it actually shows me something that I want to show you, which is all the pigmen getting grouped up. But it's not happening at the moment, and I think I know a way to make it happen, so I'm just going to stop recording and try that. Okay, so since 1.4 or the pre-release has been implemented on the server, these portals have been really buggy, so let's go through, and I think it should happen now. Nope, it would appear that the nether portals are working fine. I guess what I should do is just record every time I go through them, and hopefully I'll capture it again so I can give you an example. But basically what happens sometimes is there's some sort of lag, and what I can see are all these pigmen grouped up into a little circle, and I think they're getting trapped in the portals like we had with the creeper before. And this is what I'm worried about with the items, is that we could be sending them through the nether portals, but they could end up getting trapped in them. So we're going to have to do some tests with like momentum. I'm not really sure if it's implemented or not, but if we put some ice along the ground and some water, then the items will go through the nether portal with speed, and what we should test is that they come out on the other side with speed, so that momentum would hopefully stop them from getting trapped inside the portal. But the place that I said we'd build the portal will be off in that direction a little bit, and I think it would be a really cool idea to actually put it below the height of these nether portals, so it's on the same level as our storage system. So we're going to have more chests and stuff around here eventually for the more useful items, and then we've got our bulk ones in this area here, and then off in that direction would be underneath where the portal would go that I pointed out a moment ago. So we could have a storage area around here that's specifically for the items that come through that nether portal. So then we would make our AFK collection stream part of our storage area as well, which would be an ideal location for it. I've just noticed we've got some lava dripping down from there. I wonder if I can fix that. Yeah, I probably can, but that's not important at the moment. Okay, I've hooked up the redstone that's going to allow us to switch between the AFK mode where we stand here and the one where the drops are going to go into a stream and go through the portal. So that block there is going to get retracted when I hit this, and then I've just got to dig down next. And I figured out where I've got to go as well. It might be a bit tricky because I want to go a fair bit out in that direction to be away from the other portals, but that would mean going down really far to be underneath the ocean, so it might take me some time to figure that one out. But if you want to see the wiring for this, it's ever so simple. What we do here is just split up the redstone signal, so one goes down to the bottom, powers that piston there, and the other one goes to this block which has a torch on it, so it inverts the signal and the two pistons are always in the opposite state. So that is where the items are going to fall down from, and down the bottom here we're going to put in some ice and have a water stream leading out to the edge here. Now I did want to do this below the water at first so it would all be hidden, but then I thought what I'll do is I'll just dig a path out at the ocean level so we can just see where it comes out at. And you know what, it'd be cool to build a little building or something just on the edge here, so we could have like a little platform above the water with the Nether Portal, maybe like a glass building around it, so if you come over this way and have a look, there's something to see over here. And then we could also build a little path that leads up to the top or something like that. It'd be nice to have you know, something cool to look at as well with this. So yeah, what I'm going to do next is build the ice path and the water and just build a basic portal, no structure around it just yet, so we can start testing this thing. And what I'm going to be testing first of all, once I get the portals synced up, is that we can actually move the items through with some momentum, because if they don't come out on the other side of the portal, if they just go through and then stay in the portal like the pigmen do, then those items are going to get trapped in there. Although I have thought that that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if they get trapped in the portal, when you go through it you'll pick up the items anyway, so it will still be like an AFK stream in some sorts, because what we'll be doing is storing the items in the overworld or the nether, depending on what one we're in, if that makes sense. Like if I go into the nether and those items are in the portal, then they'll get teleported out of the nether into the overworld. So it'll be like whenever I'm in one or the other, the items will always be moved into the other dimension, so their despawn time will be a lot longer over time. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. So anyway, we need to sync up those portals and find out what's going to happen. Okay, syncing these portals up is going to be a bit of a nightmare. This one should go through to the one for our AFK stream. This is built down in the storage area, and it does that. It goes through to that. But when we go back through this way, and this is where it gets interesting, we go to this one up here, right? So we go through this one, and it doesn't take us back to the AFK stream. It takes us to the branch mine, and then when we go through the branch mine, guess where it takes us to? Yep. So that is just real strange. It's like they're all out of sync. None of them are actually synced to each other, or at least the ones we want them to be. They're all synced to the wrong ones. And at this moment I'm pretty lost. I don't think there's a way I'm going to fix that, because they're so close together. I could try moving this one over a couple of blocks and resyncing all of them, but I think we might have to just ditch this idea and actually go underground and go a lot further out and build something under the ocean. So right now I am at level 39. I've dug all the way down here so that we are well and truly below the bottom of the ocean floor, and it's in this direction, the same one we went before, that we have to go and put our nether portal, except this time we're going to be going a lot further so that we don't have trouble syncing the nether portals together. Now it just occurred to me that this could be a problem, because I spend most of my time around the centre of the island, and if not at the centre it would be over on the opposite sides where the animal breeding pens are and then where the village is. So this could quite possibly be in the unloaded chunks fairly often, and that's something we don't want. I don't want to go through to the nether to pick up some items from the AFK stream and find out that I need to go back into the overworld, move over towards here so that the chunks load and then the items go through into the portal. So it's a good thing I thought of that now before we've done too much more. I'm going to head in the opposite direction now, so we'll go more towards the central part of the island. Unfortunately we can't go in that direction, which would be probably the best way to go, because the mob spawner is the other side of that. So now what I'm going to do is go into the nether, recalculate where all the portals are, include some of the other ones, so that we can go in this direction and build our portals somewhere down there. So this is the portal that's going to be the AFK stream. I decided to build it on this level because if we put it on the level below, it's kind of out of position. It goes all the way around the other side of the storage area that we've built down there, so I don't know, it seemed like it would be quicker to get to if it was on this level. And also it means that we get to build yet another part of the nether tunnels that we have here, which is something that I like to do. So we'll have another tunnel going down to here, leading to the AFK stream. So now we can start doing some tests when I put some ice in the ground and build the water stream. And this is going to take a fair bit of time because you can see it goes a real long direction that way. I'm wondering if that's even loaded all the way down there. It looked like it wasn't for a moment, and do you know what? I haven't considered the distance in terms of how many chunks are loaded. I'm gonna have to double check that before we do anything else. If everything's okay, then we'll move on to building the tunnel down here. So all I have to do is replace the floor with ice. I'll probably make it too wide as well so I can actually walk down here as well and see what's happening. But yeah, we need to do more checks, and I tell you what, this project just gets more and more complicated. I thought it'd be really simple, you know, just build a nether portal, send the items through it, and then yeah, they don't sync up and everything starts going wrong. Okay, we are definitely good because I have actually been over to the other side of the island where the AFK stream is, and it's somewhere in line with those animal breeding pens, so they're just in range. And you know what, I think if we were to go any further they might go out of range, but yeah, as long as that's loaded there. I know it's just on the front side of these cells in line with where we're standing now, so somewhere under those trees is where the portal is, so it's all in the loaded chunks. Okay, I've dug out all of this for the AFK stream, and down the end there you can see the portal. And up this end we have this bit here, which is where the items are going to drop down onto. And I've left the ladder in at the moment because I needed a way to get in and out of here, although I guess I could use the portal, but whatever, I'll sort that out later. And what's going to happen is the item's going to drop down here onto the ice, and we're going to have a water source block here, and then it's going to go 8 blocks, we're going to have a sign, and then another water source block. So we'll have some ice with no water on the top of it, and the items should flow fast enough through the water that they'll go straight over it into the next bit. Now these torches are all spaced out 2 blocks apart so that the light level where I'm standing right here, let's see, that bit there should be light level 10, and if it were 11 it would melt the ice below, so that's been done like that so that none of the ice will melt. Now I'm going by information on the wiki, which isn't always accurate, so hopefully that bit's correct, otherwise we're going to have a bit of a problem in here. But all of this I will one day make really nice, you know, do it up fancy, and perhaps have another portal somewhere to get down here, so you have one for the AFK stream, then one for access, but I don't really want to think about that too much. The portal is too wide, so maybe at the end you can just come through the collection point and just walk onto this side. But the other thing is that the water is going to be at this height here, so on these blocks here I could either put down half slabs, or what I think I'll do at the moment, because it would be really cheap to do, is put down some wooden pressure plates, and then that will hold back the water. And then the only problem I think we're going to encounter at this point is that maybe some of the items falling down will have a bit of momentum on one direction, like to the side, and what they might do is, although accelerating this direction, they might come across to the side a bit, so I'm going to have to look out for that as well. But what I'm going to do next is just put in the ice, the water and the pressure plates, and then we can start testing it. I just noticed something interesting. If you look just at the block there on the wall where I'm pointing at, it's slightly darker than above, so we'll go over here to do this. You can see how it looks there. Now as I place the ice blocks, it gets slightly darker just above. Now I don't know if that's a bug or a glitch, but yeah, just something that I noticed. I've just got done doing a bunch of testing and my microphone was muted. I thought I might record a little time lapse and then decided against it, and I had muted my microphone and forgotten about that, so you'll have to take my word for it that this works. But basically what I did is wait for some mobs to come in here and drown, which they're doing at the moment, so actually we can do the test again. And seems like that zombie that just died didn't drop anything. Well anyway, this creeper's going to drown now, so we'll wait for him and then we'll see his drops go down below. Okay, they're taking damage, so any moment now the creeper should die. Oh, there goes a bone and an arrow. Okay, important thing for this to know is that I filled up my inventory, so I won't be able to pick any of those up. What we're going to do is ender pearl down there, and the items move so quick that we wouldn't be able to pick them up. They've already gone down to the end and probably through the portal by now, but this is what I've done. You can see just what I said I'd do. Put it into place. So yeah, let me show you how fast these travel. It's a bit faster than sprinting. Oh, and there goes a bone. So yeah, you can see it's just a bit faster than me sprinting. And the items go through the portal. I tested it, it's very successful. It comes out on the other side with the momentum, so they move away from the portal and they won't get trapped inside the portal itself. Now, I talked earlier about using the portal as a way to store the items and store them in the area that you're not in. So when you go through to the Nether, it'll take a few seconds for them to then teleport out here to the overworld, and it's not until you're back here that they'll be loaded and they'll teleport back through. So that could still be something useful to play around with. But anyway, we need to make a modification to this. You can see it's working, and when we go through here, the items are there on the floor and they're on the wrong side, of course. We want them to come out on the other side. I don't really want to make it so you go through to the other side, although I guess we could do something like that. Let me just clear my throat. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a cough or something going on. So a moment ago when I was recording, I was saying that this was a bad thing. I wanted the drops to come out on the other side, and my idea was for me to make the water stream go around the portal here, so it would go around a corner and just push them in from the other side, and then the items would go through the other direction. And that seems like a little bit of overkill. I think what we should just do is make it a walk-through portal on the Nether. So this is almost done now. This project is going to work. I'm going to leave it on the AFK stream when I play from now on, and then we'll go through to the Nether every now and then and see how many drops are waiting for us. So there is still a fair amount to be done on this project yet. We need to furbish all of this and make it look really cool, which is something I always like doing. I think I might remove these pressure plates and put glass, so we have a walkway on one side with the torches and then glass on the other. I like that, watching the items go past, that's cool. And yeah, we need to sort out the Nether on the other side as well. I've left that rather untidy, and I've had a cool little idea, which would be to put some pressure plates down here and then wire it up to a redstone lamp that's somewhere around here. Now I'm not sure where. I might just make it a single block in the ceiling that turns on when there's items there, so when I come through I can see if there's items to be picked up or not. But that is all we have time for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as always. Let me know in the comments what you think of the AFK stream. I think it's a cool little project, and I really thought it was only going to take a short amount of time to put together, and it just somehow took me hours and hours. But there we go, we've got it working now, and I can farm lots and lots of mob drops again. So some of you have been asking, and I thought I'd show you, Sean the sheep is still alive, and he also has a friend, this little chicken guy over here, and he doesn't have a name, so I think you guys should come up with a name for Sean's little chicken friend. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.